What is up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan, and today we're going to analyze a piece of direct mail that came to me about a year ago that I kind of just had in my filing cabinet. I had held on to it. I didn't respond to this direct mail, but I thought it was interesting. And I remember not what the offer was, but I do remember having some thoughts about it and wanting to I was looking it over as a copy chief would and critiquing it in my brain. I thought maybe my YouTube audience would find this useful. So I got two pieces of direct mail from this person. I got this popcorn bag, and then I got this box. And I've forgotten what's inside each of these, so we'll open them together. I'm not sure exactly how or where he got my address, but he sent it directly to me. And I saw this. This is the first thing I got, this popcorn bag. So I open it, pop, just like that. And then inside is two things. There's two things. There's a ticket and a letter. And what I'll do is I'll transcribe the letter and I'll put it on a Google Doc and we'll break down the letter together, and then we'll go into the second piece of direct mail together. First, let's look at this ticket. Hey, this is Kyle from the future, and there are two letters that are going to be inside of this package that really, in some ways, frustrated me that I had to workshop them, and I decided that I'm going to post the original letters at the end of the video, along with the modified letters when I made edits and changed them for your reviews, so that you can see some of the copy principles at play that I was talking about throughout the video. I hope you stick around to the very, very end so that you can see these for yourself. I'll show it on screen. I'm just going to put it in front of the camera. I think that should be sufficient. This is a ticket to a 100K call, fall of 2022. I don't know what the section, row, and seats, if those mean anything. But yeah, so expires December 2nd, 2022. And I don't know if any of the other numbers mean anything. There is a sort of scan here, what QR code I think is called. And there's terms and conditions. Let me see if I can read this for you. If you are not currently using direct mail in your business, you are leaving massive amounts of profits on the table. On this call, I'll share strategies you can start using today, with or without our help, to leverage this lucrative channel. So this is a call to start using direct mail, which kind of makes sense because they sent it to me using direct mail. And I really like physical direct mail with cool little gimmicks like this. I think this is neat. But let's jump into the actual letter that they sent me, which again, I'll transcribe this directly into a Google Doc and we'll go through it line by line and see what we think. All right, so we're inside the transcribed letter for the 100K call, and I'm just going to go through this line by line as if I was breaking down any piece of copy or critiquing it for like my writers or something. So line number 1, hey Kyle, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's hard to believe the holidays are upon us already. So the first thing we want to do is remove this line. This is a throwaway line. This is a wasted line. Delete. So this line needs to go. I think what I'll do is just go to suggestions. Boop. Now, why does this line need to go? Because in my philosophy and my way of writing, and maybe this isn't for everybody, but this is what I see as the best rule of thumb, because all the copy's rules, everything in copywriting is a guideline. And the best rule of thumb, general principle, is to get to what's in it for me in the first 4 to 6 lines, 6 lines maximum. What's in it for the reader? So let's see what the next line says. I want to talk to you about marketing for a minute. Another throwaway line. This is there's two things here. 2 issues with this. First issue, this is not about what's in it for me. That's the first issue. It's like this line is not about what's in it for me. It's not something that I would care about. It's actually about it's literally about what the writer wants. It's not about me. And that's like a cardinal sin. There should be what's in it for me. Second issue, it's a throat clear. It's a pivot. You have this intro line, Happy Thanksgiving. Wow, I can't believe the holidays are upon us. By the way, fuck Thanksgiving. Let's talk about marketing. That's a pivot, aka a throat clear to sort of introduce a new topic without any sort of natural segue. Okay, moving along. You have proven you know how to market and you have the results to show for it. But do you ever feel like you hit points of diminishing returns with any of your current marketing avenues? So this is kind of like, I would almost call like old school copy, where you sort of intro with like problem, pain points, that kind of stuff. Okay, at least they're actually tying the copy message to me at this point, which is like a little bit 1, 2, 3. Here we are, 3 lines in. And now they're tying it to me, which is better than nothing. Looking at this now, I don't see any reason why he could not have just opened with this line. And these lines are throwaways. Kyle, you have proven you know how to market. You have the results to show for it. Do you ever feel, yeah, this would be so much more straightforward. Look at this throat-clearing nonsense that wastes time. But do you ever feel like you hit diminishing returns of any of your current marketing avenues? It actually happens to everyone at some point. Cool, a little bit of authority. He's saying it happens to everyone, basically establishing that he knows. He's an authority on this information. You absolutely have your marketing dialed in and have channels that are working brilliantly right now. But I would like to show you the results direct mail can offer when done correctly. Again, more of the same problem. I would like to show you. I would like to show you. So like, what I want to emphasize here, it's really hard to do with the word I could just write the word like I would like. Again, I don't care. You mailed me, brother. You mailed me. I don't care what you would like. You interrupted my day with a neat little popcorn bag that I started to open. And so far, yeah, you've sort of mentioned like a problem that I could potentially be facing. But most of this has been about you. You want to talk to me about marketing. You want to show me the results. What about me? And what he's trying to say here, the results direct mail can offer. You could so easily, like, even make this about me by saying, can offer you, right? Can offer whom? Can offer what, you? You want to show me how great you've done with direct mail? Like, make this about me. This is painfully not about me in enough of an explicit way at this point. This does not replace any of your already successful marketing. Rather, it's another way to produce amazing ROI for you in addition to your other marketing channels. Well, that's good. This is for me. We are now pretty deep into this. So we've got 1, 2. I mean, technically this is 2 lines, but I'll call it by blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you break this into 2 sentences, this is like line 6 or 7, because this is 2 sentences. But can you see already how simple it would be and probably more powerful it would be if you would just get to me right away? Look at these lines I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lines to actually get to tell me what I would like to, why I should read this, why I should care. Instead of just getting into exactly that in the first 4 lines. So a stronger open might look something like this. Kyle, you have proven you know how to market and you have the results to show for it. Cool. What's interesting about that is when you say something like you have proven you know how to market, first off, that's about me. You have the results to show for it. That's also about me. And it makes me a little curious. Like, oh, does this person actually know anything about me? Are they going to talk about me? Right here, great disrupt. Terrible disrupt. Great disrupt. This is a good disrupt to get my attention and be like, well, it's about me. I'm interested to know just a little bit more. So then the next thing I would probably do is I would bring what's in it for me as quickly, as rapidly as possible into the first 4 lines. So I would take this little stanza and I would say something like, today I would like to show you a brand new way that will, see right here he says not replace any of your successful marketing, that will drastically enhance your already successful marketing. And if you want it, I mean, this is doubling down because it's kind of like I've already gotten into what's in it for me already, but I could double down here. I'm talking about another way to produce amazing ROI for you in addition to your other marketing channels. That's fine. I think it's a little bit redundant, but look how much stronger this is already. You have proven you know how to market, you have the results to show for it. And now look, we're talking about you know how to market and you have the results. So the next line should be about how to market or results. Today, I would like to show you a brand new way to market that will drastically enhance your already successful results. So boom. So this is the thing. Like, this is something I was talking about in the very first line. I was like, this massive pivot. Like, hey, happy Thanksgiving. Who gives a fuck? By the way, I want to talk about myself and my marketing channel, right? So like, that's fixed now. You see how quickly and easily we were able to address that, make it about the reader, make it more direct and powerful. He says, I would like to show you the results a direct mail can offer when done correctly. Okay. Let's take this, because this reveals direct mail, and that's necessary to get to the bullets that are coming up. I'm talking about another way to produce. Here, let's just say this. I'm talking about using the power of direct mail to produce amazing ROI for you in addition to your other marketing channels. Boom! Now we've introduced direct mail. I've already started like beating this letter to death. I haven't gotten halfway through it. All right, so let's see. This is where we were. You might be asking, why should you use direct mail? Okay, so this is fine. Now we'll go from, check this out. You have proven how to market. Cool, it's about me, a nice disrupt. Today I want to show you a brand new way to market that will drastically enhance your already successful results. Cool, that's what's in it for me. It's the direct benefit. I'm talking about using the power of direct mail to produce amazing ROI for you in addition to your other marketing channels. You might be asking, why should you use direct mail? Boom! Easy segue. I didn't talk about the holidays. I didn't ramble about what I wanted. Look at, is there anything about what I want in these first 3 lines? I would like to show you a way to enhance your successful results using the power of direct mail to produce amazing ROI for you in addition to your other all this is about the reader. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? All right, moving along. You might be asking, why should you use direct mail? No opt-in required, so you can mail anyone you'd like to mail. Minimal marketing waste so that your message will only be put in front of your ideal customer avatar. No approval needed from ad platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, so you can tell your potential clients exactly what you want to say to them. Much less disruptive than other marketing channels. Your prospects can read your message when they have time to digest the information and respond when they are ready. Okay, cool. So you've got like this little rapid fire bullet point of benefits to direct mail, right? Oh, God damn it. Next line. I've owned direct mail agency for the last few years. I have sent millions of pieces of mail during that time. I have seen firsthand how powerful a tool direct mail is when done properly. Again, this is necessary. This is a necessary cred component because we've sort of had our trigger BS moment with this benefits of direct mail that you should use direct mail. So after the triggering BS, after raising the skepticism, pressure on, we want to draw the skepticism down a little bit with some cred. So we got this little piece of cred, and I always recommend like 4 quick bullets for cred. So if you check this out, he's had an agency for years, sent millions, has seen how powerful the tool can be, so there's 3. I sincerely believe that companies who are not using direct mail are leaving millions of dollars on the table, $1 million of revenue on the table. This is good because he does tie it to the reader. So this is a nicely done little cred section. The reason I sort of got a little bit thrown here as soon as he went right back to talking about himself is I am sort of like sensitive now to his using the first person and making this letter about him. So whenever I saw this in the next line, I was like, another one. But this is actually a necessary component in the lead. Once you trigger that skepticism, once you trigger that BS reaction, and where does he trigger BS? He triggers BS when he says that it will generate amazing ROI for you. He's making a direct promise. And then he's elaborating and expanding on that promise. So he's putting more pressure on. This relieves that pressure and allows you to stay engaged with the letter and believing or wanting to read a little bit more and being less skeptical. Okay, next. Now I want to make you an offer you can't refuse. Okay, cool. Reverse. This is on the back of the page. Inside your popcorn bag is a free 100K call ticket. I want to talk about reverse. So this is the back of the page. Inside your popcorn bag is a free 100K call ticket. I want to talk to you about how you can start using direct mail in your business to drastically increase your profits, okay? If you are already using direct mail, I want to show you how to use it to its maximum potential. All right, so this is just the offer. Like he literally says, I'm going to make you an offer. So here's the offer. He's going to try to get us on a call. It's a free ticket, which I think is neat. Please note, this is not a sales call disguised as something else, which is a really common sort of objection that a person could have, you know, that like, oh God, it's just gonna be a webinar VSL thing trying to sell me on his program. My only goal in this call is to share information with you that will help you become more profitable. This call is all about you, your business, and increasing your income using my proven successful direct mail methods. We will only discuss any services my company offers if you ask me to. This is truly a free gift for you. So this is interesting because he's talked a lot about wanting to show you how to do direct mail properly for maximum ROI and profits. But even in his cred section, he says he has an agency. He sent millions of pieces, but he has not referred to an outcome. There is no result. There's no profit mentioned in here. There's no mention of how much money he's raised or made using this strategy, which would be a really important thing because that would be a direct cred piece to his promise. On the enclosed free 100K call ticket, there is a QR code that links to my Calendly page. Go ahead and scan that code, find a time that works best for you, and let's hop on a call. If you have questions or want to contact me about anything, please feel free to email me at ryan@dreamsmith.one. I wish you continued success and look forward to speaking to you soon. Best regards, Ryan Smith, ryan@dreamsmith.one. P.S. I put an expiration date on the ticket because the offer is pretty wild. Book now before we run out of time. Alright, so this guy gets some free advertising from your boy. If anyone's interested in learning how to use direct mail, it looks like this is the guy to contact. He probably will try to help you out. Okay, with that being said, let's move on to the second piece of direct mail that I received. Alright, the second piece of direct mail that I received came in this little white box. And I don't have dates. I can't remember how far apart these came, but they weren't very far apart. So I'm opening the box now, and inside is a Hot Wheels. It's the Batman Arkham Asylum Batmobile. Wow. Okay, cool. So we got the Hot Wheels. That's neat. Oh, another letter. I'll have to transcribe and put on a Google Doc. Let's see. I kind of like this Arial font that he uses, sort of looks like a typewriter. But yeah, so we'll go over this. I'm going to go ahead and scan this into my Google Docs, and then I'll be right back in just a second. All right, so we're digging into the second letter, the one that came with the Batmobile box, Hot Wheels toy set thing. So here is letter number 2. Hi Kyle, I know it might be a little weird receiving a box in the mail with a Hot Wheels car inside. I'd probably find it strange if I got this box. Again, out of the gate, another throwaway line. I think it was Mike Ward that came up with this expression that copywriters will paint a yellow wall with a yellow brush. Like, I am already aware of this. Like, I don't need you to write copy telling me that this is strange. Like, I'm looking at it, get to the point. Why'd you send me a Hot Wheels thing? So he's going to say, first off, I wanted to get your attention. Again, redundant. Second, I'm writing to you about a marketing vehicle that will have a huge impact on your business, so it seemed like a fun idea. Plus, they're kind of nostalgic for me. Maybe it'll bring back some fond memories for you too. So, again, there's a couple principles here that I think are like copy principles that are in violation. I do believe that because of the medium, like there's some truth to what he's saying in these letters. Like because he sent me a physical letter, I'm actually going to read it. I'm going to spend more time looking at it than if it was an email that I could click away. So I do think the copy and the cadence, you can get away with it being less urgent. But I still think that doesn't mean you shouldn't optimize it to the absolute strictest, purest potential that it could be optimized. And as a guy who works in the digital space, I know that I do not have this sort of grace from my readers to babble on about just like, oh, my nostalgia about Hot Wheels, and I thought it was a neat idea. And again, there's 3 principles that I don't like here. 1, painting the yellow wall with the yellow brush, which is sort of just like calling out things that don't need to be called out. What is understood doesn't need to be said. The second copy principle I think that is being violated is explaining yourself, wasting words by explaining something. If you have to demonstrate something or you had to convey some information or knowledge or something, you have to show it. Don't tell. That's what show don't tell is kind of all about, is don't ever explain. This is just too much of like, you're explaining, I'm writing copy to you, and here's why I decided to write this copy to you. Again, this explaining is distracting from the point of I'm writing to you today to tell you about an amazing opportunity, a vehicle that you could leverage in your business to make more money. That is what copy is. Like, this is like really weird, breaking the fourth wall, sort of like, hey, I'm writing copy, and check out this cool idea I had when I was writing copy. I decided to use a Hot Wheels thing. The third thing is sort of the breaking of the fourth wall. That's the third thing. So the first one is painting a yellow wall with a yellow brush. The second thing is basically explaining the copy to me. The third thing is breaking the fourth wall to sort of be like not really getting to it. Now, all three of these things contribute to the primary problem of not getting straight to what's in it for me. They're all like little symptoms. They're all little problems that spin out of the greater meta problem, not just getting what's in it for me out of the way right out of the bat. Okay, now that I have explained the toy, I'll get down to business because I know you're a busy person. Boom. In this line, he admits he just wasted my time. Like, hey, here's a toy. I thought it was kind of neat. I feel like I'm very clever. And now that I've explained all that to you so that you can understand, see what I'm saying? So that you understand why I did this weird thing. Like, if it was written optimally, that would not be required. So, regardless of, maybe everyone gets a different Hot Wheel, like whoever gets the direct mail, maybe they don't all get the Batmobile. But you could say like, how would you like, to drive your business faster than the top speed of the Hot Wheels car I sent you? Something that you could obviously tie it together, but when you have to sit down and be like, hey, I'd use a pattern interrupt on you. I like this pattern interrupt because it reminds me of my childhood. I thought it was a pretty neat pattern interrupt. And now that I've explained that, I'm actually going to tell you why I wrote to you today. Again, it's like introduction about some unrelated thing, and then, well, fuck all that. Let me try to pitch you, right? Like, again, if it was optimized copy, if it was smooth, if it was, if it was showing, not telling, then there would not be an explanation. And the biggest piece of evidence that I have about this is this line here, where he literally basically fesses up. He's like, well, now that I explained the toy because it didn't make any fucking sense, let's get down to actually the copy I'm supposed to be writing. Okay. You've heard about the Dream 100. You know the system that puts your message in front of 100 of your dream customers. But why aren't you using it? Imagine skipping employees, gatekeepers, inboxes, and messenger queues and putting your message directly in front of your dream customer. Honestly, if I sent you this letter in an email or through Facebook Messenger, what are the chances you would have read this far or maybe even at all? Probably not great, right? So this is good. This is good copy. So let's kind of look at this and workshop the opener again, because I feel like that's the weakest part of both of these letters, is these opens are gross. All right, so this right here sort of explains the vehicle, the Hot Wheels vehicle. I'm writing to you about a marketing vehicle. Cool, neat, neato bandito. But this is where he actually says something of substance, and it's right here where he actually gets to close to a big promise. This is sort of indirect, and he doesn't really do a great job of like conveying to me why I'm reading this. So let's see what he says here. He says that you would have not read this, right? Probably not great chances. But I bypassed trying to compete with hundreds of other messages in your inbox and chose to reach out to you directly at your own home. You've been so successful in your business, our Dream 100 system is a no-brainer to help you and your company level up as high as you want to go. Again, another issue with like segueing. Like this just feels like another pivot. It's kind of like we're going down one path and then, oh yeah, this is what I call bolt-on copy. This is not a single thread that sort of flows from one line to the next. This is like, oh yeah, by the way, let me make this about you. And then the next thing here, in 2019, after launching a new business, I decided to implement my own Dream 100 campaign, okay? It took me from 0 in revenue to 90K in 1 month, in the first month. It continues to be a tremendous success for me and my clients, and now is the time for you to start utilizing our unparalleled system. Okay, yeah, so again, bam, like the bouncing around here is really intense, and maybe this is why I didn't show up to the call. Like, I'm just like reading this, and I'm like, I'm having trouble. So let's go back and workshop this open. He used this marketing vehicle thing. I've explained the toy. Oh God, this explanation line makes me cringe. You've heard about the Dream 100, but why aren't you using it? This is a really assumptive line. What if I am using it? What if I read Russell Brunson's Traffic Secrets, huh? And I decided to do it because he literally talks about it in there, and he talks about how you can do it for your business. Imagine skipping employees, gatekeepers. So this is the promise. This is the crux of it, right? Yeah, this copy is all over the place because he goes from Dream 100 to this idea of getting directly in front of your dream customer. And then he talks about me sending, him sending this through email versus Facebook Messenger versus physical mail. So what I would do, I want to get to this benefit as quickly as possible. All of this throat clearing and leading in, no bueno. So we're gonna move this, and it's gonna look something like, "Hey Kyle," right here. Imagine racing past employees, gatekeepers, inboxes, and messenger queues and putting your message directly in front of your dream customer. This word racing does more lifting than all of this explanation about, I'm going to give you a marketing vehicle and whatever he said here. Like, this is weird. You got a Hot Wheels car. Like, if I just say, "Hey, Kyle," you could reference the Hot Wheels. So here's how this letter might start, where you get sort of straight to the point and you tie in the Hot Wheels right out of the gate. "Hi Kyle, before you add this Hot Wheels vehicle to your collection, I want to also share a special marketing vehicle that will have a huge impact on your business and show you how you can use this special marketing vehicle to race past employees, gatekeepers, inboxes, and messenger queues and zip your message directly in front of your dream customer." So what we did is we sort of tied the verbiage in this promise that was there. He says skipping, and he says, imagine skipping employees, gatekeepers, inboxes, messengers, and putting your message directly in front of the dream customer. We changed that verbiage to say, use this marketing vehicle to race past these folks and zip your message. So it's all about speed. The speed and the Hot Wheels go hand in hand. I mentioned the Hot Wheels right out of the gate. Very easy to say, before you add this vehicle to your collection, I want to also share a special marketing vehicle that will have a huge... So there I make the easy, smooth transition from the Hot Wheel, calling it a vehicle. That allows me to create a thread. This thread is important because the problem with this letter, in my opinion, is there is no thread. It's fragmented, it's frayed, it's kind of all over the place, bouncing from subject to subject. Instead, I mention vehicle, I use that to tie in the special marketing vehicle, and then I use that vehicle, now that it's been established, you can use it. I don't have to say you can use the special marketing vehicle. Here, I could actually say and show you how you can use it. I can say the word "it" here because I've established what it is that I'm talking about and show you how you can use it to race past employees, boom, and zip your message directly in front of your dream customers. So this is actually even tighter, and you don't have to repeat the marketing vehicle line again. So that's cool. So we got this intro, getting right into it. Now the thing is here, and you'll see how fragmented this letter is, because if there was actually a single thread, me making these sorts of changes that tighten copy in this way, well, all it would do was make the rest of the letter more smooth. But the problem is, when I tighten this section of copy, I still have to, like, the next section still doesn't flow from one to the other, because now you can clearly see there's a subject shifting happening every other line in this letter. So then here, you've heard about the Dream 100. You know, the system that puts your message in front of hundreds of your dream customers, 100 of your dream customers. Honestly, he says, why aren't you using it? Which doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's just assumptive. Imagine skipping all these people, okay, and getting in front of your dream customer. Again, just doesn't flow. Honestly, if I sent you this letter in an email or through Facebook Messenger, what are the chances you would have read it even at all? Probably not that great, right? So Dream 100 here has nothing to do with this next line here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is too get rid of that. So let's see. Before you add this Hot Wheels vehicle, I want to show you how you can use it to race past employees. Honestly, if I sent you this letter in an email or through Facebook Messenger, what are the chances you would have read this far? Probably not that great, right? So this last line here then says, you can use it to race past employees, gatekeepers, messenger queues, and zip directly in front of your dream customer. And then this kind of makes sense now. You talk about getting directly in front of your dream customer, and then say, honestly, if I sent you this through, I could say, through a vehicle like email or through Facebook Messenger. So there, now I keep the thread alive. Because what does Dream 100 have to do with Hot Wheels? What does it have to do with a marketing vehicle? Then you start talking about Dream 100, and then you start talking about skipping employees, and then there's no mention of direct mail when this line is introduced. So but I bypassed trying to compete with hundreds of other messages in your inbox and chose to reach out to you directly at your own home. Cool. Now this sort of makes sense. Now the idea has some streamline lineness. It's a single thread is what I call it. You have one single thread at play. Here again, we're switching subjects. We're bouncing around. You've been so successful in your business, our Dream 100 system is a no-brainer to help you and your company level up as high as you want to go. Why? How is it a no-brainer? And then he says, in 2019, I decided to implement my own Dream 100 campaign. So he doesn't mention the Dream 100 system. It continues to be a tremendous success. I've seen what Dream 100 campaigns can do for my clients. And then you have this testimonial. So at the bottom, there's like this little gray box, little testimonial box from Bill Allen. And it says, I've never seen someone as imaginative and genius as Ryan when it comes to marketing, especially direct mail marketing. I recently bought a $1.5 million farm for $800K because Ryan was able to get me in touch with the previous owner. He can get your message in front of just about anyone. Bill Allen, 2 Comma Club winner. So, yeah, so this jumping around this Dream 100 thing, he brings up the Dream 100 system, then he drops that thread and says Dream 100 campaign. So there's just so much here that needs to be tied together. And then this testimonial, that's cool. What makes Dreamsmith different? I don't know what that is. I don't know what Dreamsmith is. So there's so much bouncing around, even with all the chopping that I've done to get rid of, like, basically imagine a thread, or like think of it like a nylon rope. There's a little phrase. The rope starts to come untethered and like fractures and frays in different directions, and I'm snipping all those weird loose ends, and I'm still like just playing catch up with this over and over and over. So you've been successful. Our Dream 100 system is a no-brainer. Why? Where does that come from? So let's see. I bypass trying to compete with them and reach you directly at your own home. So an easy thing to do here is something like, it's all part of my proprietary Dream 100 system, which I use to build something I call Dream 100 campaigns. Now all these labels work because you got the Dream 100 system, Dream 100 campaign. These labels, which mean nothing to me as a reader. There's no introduction. There's no context set. It's just like, what are we talking about? How dare you introduce a foreign concept with like a proprietary label and not give me any context for what it is and what it does? Then there's this testimonial about buying a farm. That has nothing to do with me. That I kind of get it. If you keep reading, you'll understand a little more. So let's keep going. What makes Dreamsmith different? It all comes down to the data. I spent 13 years in the intelligence community fighting bad guys on the world stage in Iraq. Now I use those same intensive skills to help my clients connect with their dream clients. Oh, maybe that makes a little bit more sense. This is the Dreamsmith difference. Your Dream 100 data will be the absolute best in the market, guaranteed. I see the Dream 100 thing. Combine Dreamsmith data with your team's ability to close, and you have a recipe to create any level of growth you can imagine. Here's how clients are using this customized system. Highly target. So here's the benefits. Here they are. Finally. This is something I could use. Highly targeted marketed campaigns. Create relationships with potential JV partners. Contact people with an audience like podcast hosts and influencers. Contact event holders, speaking opportunities. Strategic partnerships. We've even used these campaigns to help clients get in direct contact with the owners of specific properties they wanted to purchase. And they now own these properties. The order here, the order of the copy, like this is, we left that in the dust. that was the Bill guy's testimonial. We left that in the dust, and then it just kind of like pops back up here. Again, sort of like it's part of the benefits portion. Why not just take it and put it right here where it makes sense? Now that makes sense. Now there's context. Now there's a reason. Now I understand why this guy buying a farm is related to me. Simply stated, we are the best in the world at targeting. I would love to connect with you and discuss how we can leverage this capability to exponentially increase your reach and influence. If you're ready to discuss this further, please feel free to email me at Ryan or call or text me at this number, and we can schedule a no pressure, no obligation virtual meeting. Thanks so much for your time, and I wish you continued success. Cheers, Ryan Smith. Okay, so again, like the whole page 1 is a disaster in my professional opinion. It just doesn't flow. The Dream 100 thing, there's too many threads. Dream 100, Hot Wheels, and then Dream 100 campaign and Dream 100 system. So again, I tried to rectify this. Let's see if I can. I'll workshop it. I don't know why. I just was really just going to show you guys and talk about it, but now I feel like compelled to, like, I have to fix this. But I bypassed trying to complete. It's all part of my Dream 100 system, which I used to build something I call Dream 100 campaigns. You've been so successful, our Dream 100 system will be a no-brainer for you. Cool. What I think you want to do here is you just want to tie these together. Like this has no tie-in. This just kind of comes out of nowhere again, just kind of talking about himself. An easy way to tie this together, the word for example. That's it. You can say for example. In 2019. So he says, you've been successful. Our Dream 100 system is a no-brainer to help your company level up. Now he says, for example, that becomes a easy way to tether this idea to this idea, because now he's giving you an example, because this is a claim. So this now, whenever you say, for example, becomes a piece of proof. This thing right here about my clients as well as myself, this doesn't need to be there anymore, because we have that now here. Like this is, we've already used this piece of information. We brought it down here. What else? Now the next thing is this introduction of Dreamsmith, which I guess is the business. So, I mean, you could just say what makes my company Dreamsmith different. Because like when I got this in a box, like you literally just saw my experience. This is what I experienced. This is how it came. I was like, what the hell is Dreamsmith? There's nothing else in the box, so there's no explanation. Like this just came out of nowhere for me. So you could have said, what makes my company Dreamsmith different? Well, it all comes, oh, okay, cool. And different, I like different because new, easy, safe, and big. New is the top #1 best emotion, something new and different. But it kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't realize everything felt like it kept coming out of nowhere. Everything seemed to be like popping out of left field. It all comes down to the data. I spent 13 years. So we had this talk about a new marketing vehicle, skipping the line, and then the Dream 100 system pops out of nowhere. Can I copy this? So then he says he bypassed, now let's move this line down. I bypassed trying to compete with hundreds of other messages to reach out to you directly at your own home. You are part of my Dream 100. Making sure I reach you is critical because you are part of my Dream 100. You've heard about Dream 100, the system that puts your message in front of your 100 of your dream customers. Making sure I reach you is critical because you are part of my Dream 100. You've heard about the Dream 100, the system that puts your message in front of 100 of your dream customers. Well, I teach folks just like you how to build something I call Dream 100 campaigns. You've been so successful in your business, our Dream 100 campaigns are a no-brainer to help you and your company level up as high as you want to go. That's much better. Finally, like we have some synchronicity here. Breathe a sigh of relief. What makes my company Dreamsmith different? There you go. Now it flows. Cool. Now it flows, and I can sleep. All right, that's it. Well, Copy Squad, I really didn't know what this was going to turn into when we started this video. It was just something that I had in the mail and I had in my filing cabinet that I wanted to share with you guys and sort of show you a direct mail marketing campaign, what it looks like, the sort of little gimmicks and gizmos that come inside. I didn't realize I was going to spend so much energy and effort dissecting the actual copy and then sort of workshopping it myself, but I hope you found that useful. I hope you saw the copy principles that are super important here about getting to the reader very quickly. What's in it for me? Don't paint a yellow wall with a yellow brush. Don't pat yourself on the back for being clever or explaining your copy. Just get to why you're talking to me and make it about me. I don't need any of that other extraneous stuff, especially if you want me to pay attention and buy something from you. So I hope you found this breakdown useful and valuable, and if you want more stuff like this or any of our previous videos with like breakdowns and email workshopping, leave me a comment and let me know what was most useful and why, and what you would like to see more of. If you'd like to join a community with me and hundreds of other copywriters and get access to master classes, my book Take Their Money, thousands of pages of promotional copy marked up with my notes in PDF form, as well as weekly coaching corners from our email writers inside the Copy Squad, and just all sorts of other stuff that we're adding to it all the time. Just check out copysquad.net/lite, L-I-T-E, and check out Copy Squad Lite. That's the program where we'll be offering you all this great stuff under one membership umbrella. I hope you found this video valuable. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace out, Copy Squad.